I hope that you're all having a beautiful day. I'm excited today because we're opening up a Final Fantasy Hidden Legends booster box. And this set is awesome because it's themed around Final Fantasy XVI, which is the latest Final Fantasy game that I did play. And that game was really unique because it was more of an action-focused game where usually the Final Fantasy games are a little bit more methodical and strategic in the gameplay, but this one was like pretty fast-paced, and I thought it was a pretty cool switch-up. Let me know if you played Final Fantasy XVI and if you enjoyed it or not. What did you think about the story? What did you think about the characters? I highly recommend giving it a shot if you have not already. And here is the main character, Clive, featured on the box artwork. And actually, this artwork is the main chase card for the set. It's a full art signature card for Clive, and it's got the signature of Kazuya Takahashi, who was the lead illustrator and character designer for all of the artwork and characters in the game, like this Ifrit version. So something that was really cool about the game is how they worked in all the summons. I'm actually going to keep this sealed in the promo pack. I was about to open it up, but it looks so sick. This actually looks awesome right off the bat. So that is a really, really cool box topper. The fact that they've got Clive's summon icon transformation as the box topper. It's been a while since I've opened up the Final Fantasy booster box or just trading cards in general. So I'm going to take my time a little bit with this one. I hope you all don't mind just looking through each of the cards. Terra, Onion Knight, Guardian, Velis, Bahamut. Yes, this is the version of Bahamut in Final Fantasy XVI, Dion's summon form. And this fight is epic in the game. Absolutely incredible. The soundtrack is so sick. We got a full art common for Warrior of Light, Huyurg, Zidane, Behemoth, and Neon. So it looks like it's a 4-card pack trick on this one. I'll put all the foils to the side, but that's a cute Warrior of Light to start things off. And I'm pretty sure each booster box has got 2 full arts on average. All right, there's the Clive starting things off. 4 from the back. Let me know, what is the last Final Fantasy game that you played? Kurasami. Shiva's form that Jill transforms into. As far as JRPGs, I'm a huge JRPG fan. There's the Clive. That looks sick. I'm currently playing through Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. Let me know if anyone else is playing that as well. Human. Jet from Final Fantasy X. Q-Sith. And a legend. Ooh, for Astrius. So you can tell it's a legend because of the L next to the card number there. So foil legends are pretty rare. So that's pretty cool to get right off the second pack of the booster box. Every pack is going to have a foil card, which is pretty cool. 2 full arts on average per box. At least that's how it used to be. 4 from the back to the front. And I've heard, well, not heard, I've read on the actual Final Fantasy TCG website that they're coming out with like a legacy collection box. It's going to reprint a lot of the most epic and popular cards throughout the history of the TCG. So that should be a really fun set to open, especially if y'all haven't opened up any Final Fantasy TCG yet. Could be a good one for a first one. Oh, that's a cool card. Stiltskin, like that artwork. And then a foil hero for Valigarmonda. And this is from Final Fantasy VI. I've actually also heard rumors that Final Fantasy VI could be one of the next Final Fantasies to get a HD 2D remake. And I would be all for that. Final Fantasy VI was awesome. Kefka was a great villain. Terra, and just the whole story. It's one of the longest stories, at least in my opinion, for any Final Fantasy game. Alright, next pack up, we got Fenrir, Mog, Snow, Dion, Ramza, Corsair. I'm going to be curious to see at the end of this if out of the full box we can get like the full main cast of Final Fantasy XVI characters. Dion is one of them. Perenni, Mateus, and then a hero, not a full art, for Zalera the Deaf Seraph. Interesting card there. I would say personally, I think Final Fantasy X is my favorite of all the Final Fantasies, and then Final Fantasy VII is close behind it. I have been enjoying playing the remakes of Final Fantasy VII. I'll be honest, at first, Rebirth, let me know if you agree or disagree. I'm always interested in hearing everyone's opinions. I thought Rebirth was a little too, and that's the second one in the series of remakes, was a little too minigame heavy, at least in the beginning. After, I would say, 60 hours into the game, I really started to hit my stride, but it's a little crazy that it took me like 60 hours, and I kind of had to start just ditching some of the side quest stuff and just start saving them for later after I beat the game and doing post-game stuff. Foil card, Hero for Strago, also from Final Fantasy VI. So we got a lot of Final Fantasy VI cards in this set I'm seeing. I'm wondering if that could be foreshadowing. Could Square Enix be trying to line up all of their different properties that they make and have everything telling us a sign? Could Final Fantasy VI be the next game to get a remake? Genesis, Kamari. That's a cool Kamari artwork from Final Fantasy X. Sophia, Hugo, Warrior of Light, Ranon, Vieira, Noctis, Siren. If you did play Final Fantasy XVI, what was your favorite of the different Eidolon fights? Y'shtola? And Black Mage foil there. I wonder if we'll get any Yoshitaka Amano artworks in the foil. Those are always really cool to see, even if it's just like a random monster from the Final Fantasy games. I always like collecting those. The card quality, I'll say, also on Final Fantasy TCG is... Oh, Barnabas. Nice. I wanted a Barnabas. Is really high. They almost feel like credit card stock, which is really nice. The cards are really thick and firm. Bonga. Satya. And Y'shtola. Cute little Y'shtola with the symbols there from Final Fantasy... the Rhythm bar line. So I'm guessing that's some type of mobile rhythm game that you can play with using like the Final Fantasy soundtrack. Dude, I still can't get over. I actually sometimes at the gym pull up. It's like a 20-minute video on YouTube of someone playing the Bahamut boss fight from Final Fantasy XVI just for the soundtrack because it gets me so pumped. What Final Fantasy game had the best soundtrack in your opinion? So not gameplay, not story, not character design. I'm talking about just purely the soundtrack. Final Fantasy XVI's up there, but that could be recency bias. Cecil, foil common for Settia. It's a cool artwork on the Settia. I'm not familiar with that character. She's from War of the Visions, Final Fantasy's Brave Exvius. I just love all the designs in Final Fantasy. Even if it's something I'm not familiar with, I don't have the nostalgic connection with it, I can still find it to be pretty cool just because I like the style of the Final Fantasy stuff. Let me know if you are all playing any other JRPG games. Iron Giant, Mog, Snow, Joseph, Mid, Rugia, Black Mage, Terra, Guardian, Velis, Stiltskin. Ooh, and the rare for Joseph from Final Fantasy II. Looks pretty cool there. Final Fantasy II was a pretty good game. It wasn't one of my favorite Final Fantasies. I thought the Emperor was an interesting villain, but I didn't feel like a huge emotional attachment connected to him like I did some other villains in the Final Fantasy series. Like Sephiroth, so epic, Kefka, Torgal, Ash, Leo. I really enjoyed actually the villain of Final Fantasy XVI, and I thought the villain of Final Fantasy XVI was very different from past villains. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Bahamut, foil rare for Ash, also from Stranger of Paradise. So it looks like I'm seeing a lot of Final Fantasy XVI artworks, of course. We've seen some Final Fantasy II, some Final Fantasy VI, the rhythm game, and the Stranger of Paradise. So I do like that in the Final Fantasy TCG, they do switch it around from set to set, so you're not always seeing the same ones. But of course, they are going to show a lot of love to Final Fantasy VII, because I think that one's the most popular. Benedicta. Oh, we didn't have a Benedicta yet. Tenzen. Thief. Titus. Mid. Nice Mid. Salamander. Settia. Bonga. Stiltskin. Foil Hero. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wow. Our first foil full art, and it's Bahamut from Final Fantasy X, my favorite Final Fantasy. The epic Bahamut summon. I mean, in every Final Fantasy game, you want that Bahamut. That's really cool. That's an awesome hit. All right, we are sleeving that one up right away. Nice. So not from Final Fantasy XVI, but from Final Fantasy X, the full art Bahamut. That's pretty cool. To go along, I'll put that next to the Ifrit promo that we got. So that is our first full art out of the box, the Bahamut. That's a really cool one to get, I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy with that one. Let's get a Clive to go with it. Let's get that signature Clive. Zalera, Dion, Kamari, Titan. I think that's the first Titan that we've seen. Corsair, Leo, Setia, Perenni, Bartz, and the Thief. Oh, that's I do like when they include just like the classic jobs there. So the Thief. I recently in Dragon Quest I got to All Trades Abbey, which is about like the level 20-ish mark, and that's where you can start to change your classes. So I had a hero, I had a priest, I had a warrior, and I had a merchant. And the merchant's great for the early game because it's got a lot of useful abilities that you can learn before level 20 that just make the rest of the game super nice, like being able to call the last shop that you went to at a store, Gilgamesh. So you can just call, and that includes even like the churches so you can save and resurrect your characters, or the inns so you can just get full healing and mana. Really useful. But it also gives you extra money in battle so you can afford some of the really expensive armor in the game, in the early game. And some of those armor is like, because your stack growth isn't that fast in the beginning, the armor is really, really impactful. Mateus. And then Magna Rotor. So there's a Yoshitaka Amano artwork in the foil. Nice. I wanted to get one. Magna Rotor. Nice. We got one. Very sweet. That'll go into the personal collection. I think we're about at the halfway point of the booster box. And what's really cool about the Final Fantasy TCG as well, the booster boxes, you get 36 packs, which is a lot. I've been opening up a lot of, which I love, Union Arena, Jujutsu Kaisen, and other stuff. Hunter x Hunter, Bleach, those have 20 or 16 packs per box. One Piece usually has 24. The latest set has got 20. So it is nice to open up for around the same price a booster box that has 36 packs. You get to enjoy it a little bit more. You get more cards in total. Titus! Very nice. A little foil Titus there with the flute. I did say Final Fantasy X is my favorite. You can see there the Titus in the background. That I pulled this Titus on the channel during a live stream, and we graded it as well and got the pristine 10 from CGC. Actually, we got it originally in the blue label 10, and then when CGC switched over their labels and they incorporated that pristine gold label 10, it looks so nice. I sent it in to get it in the gold 10. Shintodon. I'm very glad that I did. Odin. Our second full art for Waka! Yo! Let's go! The Final Fantasy X vibes! Tetsuya Nomura. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Well, this is illustrated by Jen Kobayashi, but the design originally Tetsuya Nomura. That's really fun. Playing Blitzball there. That's one of the things that I love about Final Fantasy X is the Blitzball incorporation. This, yo! That's great. Look at that. The Waka and the Titus playing Blitzball. Oh, man, that's perfect. The Bahamut and the Waka. And I did use Waka on my team in Final Fantasy X. Waka was a freaking homie. Let's go. That's sick. All right, we'll speed through this box a little bit more because I think that's going to be the two hits. So we'll see if we got any Final Fantasy XVI artworks. Well, I'm sorry, everyone. I didn't know that there was going to be a third full art. Wow, next pack right afterwards. Ooh, and a Joshua. We didn't have a Joshua from the cast of Final Fantasy XVI. So, Valigar Monda from Final Fantasy VI, full art. We take those. We take those. I wonder if there's going to be even more full arts. But that is our third full art in the box. Let me know in the comments if you've been opening up more Final Fantasy TCG than I have. Is 3 full arts the new standard? I apologize for not knowing. Usually I do a little bit better research into my sets than I know ahead of time. Leviathan, we got a Jill, Marlborough, Ramza from Final Fantasy War of the Lions, Human, Bahamut, and Tenzen. I think this is the back third of the box. Clive, Lightning, Jet, Cyan from Final Fantasy VI. Very nice. An Amano artwork on the Go-Go, not to be confused with Gojo. Shout out to the JJK fans. Let me know if anyone watching is an anime fan. Have you been watching any anime lately? And if you have, what have you been watching? Firion, the main character from Final Fantasy II, but that's the Dissidia. And then behind it, the regular Firion. Barnabas and Hugo, 2 villains from Final Fantasy XVI. I recently watched through Dan to Dan. I had a lot of people recommending Dan to Dan to me, and I'll be honest, I didn't love the first episode. I didn't even enjoy it, to be honest. But I trusted my friends. They've given me good recommendations in the past, so I powered through. And by episode 7, I was hooked. Episode 7 was incredible, so I recommend Dan to Dan. If you didn't like the first episode, give it another chance. Keep trying it, and I at least feel that it does get better. Firion, Mateus on the foil there. It's a fun artwork. The Tonberry and the Cactuar. Ramu, ooh, from Final Fantasy XVI. Sid Summon transformation, and the Joseph. 9 packs left, so this is the 4th quarter. Let's get it. Let's see if we got any other hits inside of here. The Mog, foil Mog, and then here's the Clive on the box art. So this is the card that you would see. This is the big chase. It would be a full art, and then it would have a gold stamped signature of the lead designer for Final Fantasy XVI. So cool that we got to see it. And then Titan in the transformation. The Titan was a really fun boss fight, and I always loved the soundtrack that they use for the Titan fights in the games, especially Final Fantasy XIV. You know, now that I think about it, Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO, Rulgia, Firion, Juggler, Bartz, Siren, foil. Ooh, we got the Emperor looking a little creepy there. Jed, Jill, and Joshua. Final Fantasy XIV might have some of the best soundtrack. There was a fairy boss in, I think she was introduced in Endwalker, and her, I think it's Titiana. I can't remember, but let me know in the comments if you remember. But the soundtrack for her boss fight, like, had me tripping because I did it so many times, and you got to learn almost like a ballroom dance for her fight, and it ensnared me. Noctis, Black Mage, Onion Knight, Shantoto, Ishtola, Mateus, and a foil Jed. I don't know why randomly that pack I did that one a little bit slower. Jeetal Eater, Siren Cloud, Perenni, Guardian, Odin, and then the new Mao. See if there's anything else in here. Joshua at the end of the pack. Joshua is the homie. Shout out to all the younger brothers out there. They're all homies. Alright. Last couple packs here. Velis, Stiltskin, Marlboro. Always fun to see a monster there. Jack Garland, Noelle, Jill, and Ash. The final 3, the final countdown. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me open up some more Final Fantasy TCG. Bash from Final Fantasy XII. That was a fun game series as well. Gal, Joseph. Let me know if there's any sets that you recommend as well. This one definitely jumped out at me, and I was excited about it for the Clive. But if there's any other ones, like that Legacy Collection reprint coming up that you want to see, let me know about that. Iron Giant, Lucio, Noelle, Leechbat, and Celsius. Last 2 packs. Sorry, there was one more hiding, so I'll do this one first. Last 2 packs of the box. What are we going to get? Is there another hit? Bahamut. Barnabas foil. Okay, I actually did want a Barnabas foil, so I'm happy about that too. That's a sweet one. Ramu, Celsius. Barnabas was a fun, creepy character, but a nice rival in the game. Leo, Ramza, Terra, Cecil, Human, Bartz, and Rulgia on the final foil. Fenrir, Marlboro, Ash, and ooh, Phoenix. We didn't get a Phoenix card, so that's a cool way to end it. The Phoenix, the last card from the last pack to go with. Let me see if I can grab it. The last card, the last pack, the Phoenix, to go with the Ifrit, the 2 brothers from Final Fantasy XVI. That is a fun way to end things off. I'm definitely happy with the box. The Bahamut was my favorite pull. The Waka is actually, I don't know, maybe the Waka. I like both of these a lot. And then this artwork is just very cool, this monster. I'll have to do more research about how he plays into the game. Is this a summon or is this a boss? I honestly, I forget. But if you enjoyed the video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could smash that like button, comment down below if you want to see me open up more Final Fantasy TCG, and if you haven't already, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe to the Manatee Nation for more card openings, giveaways live every Friday, and card collecting tips. But until then, I hope that you all have, and most importantly, I hope that you all have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace out, everyone. Let's go!